Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about the nice girl syndrome and why nice girls always finish last, okay? So if you guys like this video, do not forget to click the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and go ahead and leave a comment and let me know what your thoughts and opinions are. Let's go ahead and get into it. So these are 10 ways that you might be operating in the nice girl syndrome. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to tell you guys how to get out of this nice girl syndrome because it is really damaging. And a lot of women don't get what they want out of life because they're so stuck in conditioned to be a nice girl. Okay, so number one, you put others' feelings, needs, and above your own. So you put others' feelings and needs above your own. This is something not only us as women are pretty much, biologically kind of created because we're created to be mothers and to be nurturers, that we just have a tendency to do. But a lot of us, especially if you're parentified or if you were neglected, if you were abandoned, if you were abused, like myself, you were conditioned to put others' needs above your own. Okay, so number two, if you feel that if you're good and fair and nice, that you will be accepted and loved. This is something that I dealt with for a long time. I could not wrap my mind around why people didn't like me because I was so good and fair and perfect and nice and everything. It was all a lie. Cue Carly Red. I'm like, it was all a lie. But no. So you might have the idea that if you're fair, if you're good, if you're perfect, that you will be accepted and loved. Number three, if I act naive and innocent, people will take care of me and I won't have to grow up. This is one thing because of the neglect, abuse, and parentification I dealt with. I could not wrap my mind around. I thought, okay, so no one's ever going to want to help me or support me unless I act like, like a damsel in distress. And it was actually the opposite. When people saw, well, really, especially my support system, when they saw that I was trying to do something, that I was trying to better myself, take care of myself, that I loved myself, the abundance of love and support that came from that moment that I chose to love and take care of myself was totally different when I was abandoning and neglecting myself and not taking care of myself. Like it was so weird. The energy shifted for me. So number four, you don't call out when people make you mad because you're trying to protect them or you're trying to not hurt their feelings. This was something that is, first of all, a sign of codependent relationships and a marker for what will eventually turn into abusive or, even a verbally, emotionally abusive relationship. People need to know when they've done something that's crossed a boundary for you, that's upset you. They will not know that their behavior is unacceptable, disrespectful, hurtful, or they will continue. They might even know, and this is a good sign that you don't need to be with that person, be around that person, or have any contact with that individual, because they might know, and you calling them out could either, I apologize, I won't ever do that again. Actually, this and this and yada, yada, yada. So it's a really good marker to figure out who's for you and who's not for you. But nice girls don't ever call out people. I'm gonna protect them. If I go off on them, that I'm gonna hurt their feelings. Some people's feelings need to be hurt. Okay. And you need to just start hurting some freaking feelings. Okay. Number five, you always give people the benefit of the doubt. And this is along the same line of, allowing abuse or allowing, people to talk to you, kind of way. You always give people the benefit of the doubt. Well, they been through this, or they did this, or they did that, but they're not giving you the benefit of the doubt. So lose it. Number six, people shade you or make remarks that you realize are offensive or underhanded. And I'll tell you why they do this, but people shade you, or like it might be like a friend of yours, and you realize later, oh, they kind of made a shady comment or something like that towards me. So you may realize that they made this shady comment or whatever towards you, and you often wonder, and this is a marker that you're a nice girl, you wonder, like, why do people keep doing this to me? Why do people do that to me? I'm such a good person. I don't ever do them how they do me. That means you're a nice girl. And the reason why people do this is because they don't respect you. And that's a discussion for a different day. Number 7, you neglect yourself. Like I said, if you've been abused, neglected, any of those things, parentified, it is common for you to neglect yourself and, overly be concerned with the needs or feelings of other people. Number 8, you sometimes feel slighted or resentful for no reason. So maybe you came home, you're tired, and you're like, you know what? And you get to thinking, and you're like, you know what? I can't believe that whatever she is, like, that my boss, or my sister, I can't believe she said that to me. And now, I'm kind of angry about it because you never addressed it. You never let them show you where they had you effed up. You never let them F around and find out. I'm trying not to cuss on this channel. So you might feel resentful or slighted because you've neglected yourself, and then you've allowed other people to mistreat you and let it go on. And you basically did it to yourself. You basically allowed them to continue on their behavior because you were more concerned of them accepting you or loving you or whatever, versus choosing yourself, respecting yourself, loving yourself enough to say, this is where you got me messed up. You're not going to talk to me like that. You're not going to do that to me. Number 9, you don't correct people when they're wrong about you. This is another nice girl thing. You are afraid of either having your own opinion, your own identity, even disagreeing with people. If somebody says, oh, no, she don't eat that, blah, 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 let me correct you. Actually, what I actually said was, I don't eat that all the time, but when I do want to eat it, I will eat it. And yes, okay, so that is just to say that correct people when they're wrong about you, because you have the right to stand up and disagree, to agree, to take up space in the world. And number 10, you avoid conflict at all costs because you're afraid of losing others.